What's going on, guys? So just doing a little unboxing, kind of like a build breakdown. If you guys want any close-ups or overview of a specific part or component of the chassis, feel free to leave it in the comments. But this is just a little overview of what's in the package. Just wanted to show you guys kind of what you would expect when ordering your Arc Edge chassis. One thing that I love about what they say in their blog is for their reasoning behind the price of the chassis itself, because they have mentioned it before that it is a common question, and the reasoning behind that is they don't want to waste time or anybody else's money on making hop-up parts. So their idea and solution to that was that they wanted to make this thing fully hopped up from the jump, so you don't need anything. There's no need for any upgrades. For instance, like a plastic part to aluminum part, they got rid of that whole process and they made the chassis completely hopped up and ready to go. So there is no need for you to beat around the bush and build your chassis and then wait on parts for upgrades, which I think is probably the smartest thing they could have done. It saves everybody's time, saves you money in the long run, because what you would pay for this chassis, you would pay for a chassis a quarter of the price, but eventually have to pay the same amount for this chassis in hop-up parts for something that you could have just gotten in one foul swoop, basically. This is just a little overview right here of the front arms. This is before everything, installing the turnbuckles and everything. You can see there's two little rods, and that is to adjust your toe, which is such a beautiful craftsmanship by them. This is going to be the center point of your chassis. This is where your servo goes, where you mount put your battery, and this is also where the screws will go, right underneath the battery tray, where you can adjust your wheelbase, and also the two four screws on top, the four screws on top, you can adjust the hook on your battery. And this is before I installed the rear axle. This is just kind of how the motor sits in the chassis, and it is belt driven. If I can relate it to anything, it's kind of like the Zero RC chassis, the belt driven one. Kind of the same thing. It's got a toothed belt, so it's really, really smooth. This is just a little picture of the body mount that installs, and here's just a little close-up of the belt drive itself. And in my opinion, it's honestly, it's all based on preference as far as belt drive go. And here is that little part installed where the body mounts will mount. And this is with the rear axle installed. And in this next picture here, you'll see there's a little bit of foam padding which holds the bearings in place, which is new for me. I haven't seen that before, but it works. It holds it really tight, and when you put your rear arms in there, it'll actually snug everything together. This is just a little picture of a user error I had. I stripped a screw, but this is the chassis fully built with all the electronics put in. You can see how the how the front arms look with the turnbuckles installed, and you can see the little plating on the hubs. That's actually carbon fiber, and that's what's actually going to stop the steering angle. And here's just a little demonstration of the bounce, how nice it is. It's a flawless chassis. Here's another look of it. You can see where I put the body mounts. Anyways, guys, that is the ARC chassis. We'll be posting a driving video of it soon.